Dear students, today I am going to discuss about the Langmuir's adsorption isotherm. See, yesterday we discussed about the Freundlich adsorption isotherm. See, based on the experimental results, experimental observation of a adsorption of a gas on the surface of a solid, that is he proposed the adsorption isotherm known as the Freundlich adsorption isotherm. See, according to the Freundlich theory, the phenomena of adsorption, the behavior of the gas for adsorption on the surface of the solid is not uniform under different pressure conditions. That is, under different pressure conditions, it is showing the different behavior. Low pressure conditions, it is proportional, shows the first order relation. High pressure condition, that is the extent of the adsorption is independent of the pressure, and moderate pressure conditions, it is increasing, but that is not first order, that is not the zero order, the different behavior that is showing. So, see, based on the behavior he proposed an equation, but he has not explained about why the gas is behaving different ways in the under different pressure conditions. There is no theory to explain the behavior of the gas. Now, in order to explain the behavior of the gas, we must know the things that are taking place during the adsorption. That is the mechanism of the adsorption. There is no supporting theory for the Freundlich. Therefore, he just has given a mathematical expression according to his theory or isotherm, that is the behavior of the gas. We have to understand just based on the mathematical equation. The one thing. In order to explain the behavior of the gas, the mechanism of the gas, Langmuir entered. See, in order to explain the behavior of the gas, that is an adsorption on the surface of a solid, first he proposed a theory that is called as the Langmuir theory. So in this theory, he made some assumptions about the mechanism of the adsorption. Based on the experience, he proposed some assumptions. So mainly these assumptions are based on, that is, kinetic theory of the gases. So Langmuir theory is depend on the kinetic theory of the gases. The same thing happened in case of the gas laws and kinetic gas equation also. First, based on the experimental behavior of the experimental results, gas laws are proposed. So each law gives the relation between the two, that is the measurable properties of the gas, P and V, by keeping the other constant. That is V and T, by keeping the other two constant. Similarly, V and N, that is the number of moles, by keeping the other things constant. Pressure and temperature constant. See, in order to explain the behavior, that is kinetic theory of gas is proposed. Based on the experience, some postulates are made. Based on those postulates, independently, based on the postulates of the kinetic theory, independently, that is a equation is derived from the pressure of the gas. That is equal to PV is equal to 1/3 mnc square is derived not based on the experimental this thing. It is derived based on the postulates made under the kinetic theory of gases. So when the conditions are pressure and the temperature and mass, that the constant conditions are imposed on the PV is equal to 1/3 mnc square, it reduced to the PV is equal to constant. It obeys the, it tells the what, why the P and the V are constant. PV product is constant and P is inversely proportional. So that is all the gas equations are derived from the kinetic gas equation. Is a theoretical equation. From that is the practical behavior of the gas is explained. So with that we understand that this is what is the, why the pressure of the gas is, that is volume of the gas is depend on the pressure of the gas. Similarly, why the pressure is directly proportional to the temperature or volume is directly proportional to the temperature. Similarly, here also, in order to explain the mechanism of the adsorption, that is, the Langmuir is proposing some assumptions, the mainly based on, that is, kinetic theory of gases. Based on these assumptions, proposed assumptions, he independently derived a mathematical expression, no experimental support. And the finally derived expression is explaining the shape of the curve. That is, the Freundlich absorption isotherm is a real isotherm. It is based, it's a real behavior of the gas. So under different, that is based on this it is. With this what happens, that we understand the what is what phenomena is, what is the mechanism of the adsorption, why gas is behaving in different ways under different pressure conditions. So to derive an expression in the, according to Langmuir's theory of adsorption, Langmuir's adsorption theory, that is, first we should know what are the assumptions that he made about the gas and adsorbent and regarding the adsorption and desorption. The first assumption is, that is, now we are talking about the Langmuir adsorption isotherm. We are going to derive the Langmuir adsorption isotherm. First one is, see, we are saying that on the surface of the solids, the particles, the gas is adsorbed. So now he is saying that is, and adsorption on the surface of the solid, that the adsorbent, contains some active sites. Some sites. The entire surface is not available for involved in the adsorption. Only, that is, on the surface of the adsorbent, there are some active sites, adsorption sites. The adsorption takes place on the active sites of the adsorbent. This is this particle. There are charcoal particle or any. There are some sites. The entire surface is not for adsorption. There are some active sites. Or we can say that this is the adsorbent surface. There are some sites, active sites, adsorption sites. So that is, these sites only, these are the active sites, these sites only responsible for the adsorption phenomena. The given, this may contain the n number of sites, adsorption sites. The activated adsorbent contains n number of active sites. Only these sites that take the gas molecules. One. The second site of this one is 2. All this is surface is homogeneous. Surface of the adsorbent is homogeneous, not heterogeneous. What is the meaning of the homogeneous, heterogeneous? Each and every, all the sites are equivalent for the adsorption. See, all the sites have the same affinity with the gas molecules, adsorbate molecules. So that is all extend the same attractions with the gas molecules. There is no difference in the affinity of the affinity between this and active sites and adsorbent molecules. If the molecule adsorbs on this site or this site or this site or this site, anyway, that is the same type of attractions are established, same amount of the heat is liberated. All are equal, all sites are equivalent on the surface is homogeneous. And third thing is each site, I am talking about the sites, each sites hold the attract and retain the only one molecule. On each site only one gas molecule is adsorbed. Each site only one molecule. If there are n sites on the surface of the catalyst, given adsorbent contains n sites, so that adsorbent has the capacity to adsorb the only n molecules of the adsorbate gas. So that is each molecule, each site has the capacity to adsorb the only one gas molecule or adsorbate molecule. Now next one is fourth one is so that is therefore due to this what happens, there are on the surface there are some sites, on the surface there are some sites, and they say about n number of sites. Therefore each site, on each side only one molecule is adsorbed means, so the adsorption phenomena becomes the monomolecular layer. Therefore on the surface of the adsorbent only monomolecular layer is formed. Monomolecular layer. Or unimolecular layer is formed on the surface of the adsorbent. So adsorbate contains at the surface of the adsorbent contain there are some the absorption sites, they are called as the active sites. Every given adsorbent contains a fixed number of absorption sites. The adsorption takes place not on the entire surface, adsorption takes place only on the sites, reactive sites or active sites of the adsorbent. That is, all sites are equivalent and each site has the ability or capacity to adsorb the only one molecule. Due to this phenomena, then what happens, that is on the surface of the adsorbent, a monomolecular layer is formed, that is a multimolecular layer is not possible because that is all are filled, that is multimolecular layer is not formed according to the which theory, that is the Langmuir adsorption theory. And all sites are equivalent. Active sites of the adsorbent are equivalent. They show the same affinity with all the gas molecules. That is the amount of wherever the molecule A is adsorbed on the surface of the A, this point or any point, the same amount of the energy is liberated. The next thing is the chance of adsorbing, that is gas molecule is adsorbing here, the ability of the adsorbing ability of the surface of the substance, the adsorbent surface. See, it is independent phenomena. A particular surface is active site is the adsorbed by the adsorbed gas molecule with the same ease whether the neighboring the sites are occupied or not. So here they may be occupied, this may be occupied, that this is the affinity, the ease of adsorption of a molecule on a particular site is independent of ease of adsorption of a particular molecule on a particular site, gas molecule on a particular site is independent of the neighboring molecules, whether they are occupied or not. They may be occupied or they may not occupied. So when the gas molecule adsorbs on this vacant site, that is same amount of the heat, the same phenomena takes place. If these two sites are occupied, so for the gas molecule, it is not difficult to interact with this. And now we are talking about the gas over the solid. So we are assuming that gas behaves like an ideal gas. It shows the ideal behavior. The next one is no lateral interactions. Lateral interactions. What is the meaning of this lateral interaction? The molecule adsorbed here, this point, active sites, they do not establish any attractions between the molecules. This adsorbed molecule has no relation with the adjacent molecule. It has no relation with the adjacent molecule. This molecule. No lateral interactions. Fixed number of sites. That is, each site adsorbs only one molecule, gas molecule. And all sites are equivalent. That is, the ease of adsorption of a molecule on a particular site is independent of the neighboring groups are occupied or not. And the molecule adsorbed on the surface of the catalyst, surface of the adsorbent do not establish any interactions, lateral interactions, attractions from the adjacent molecules. Now, next one is once the molecule is no diffusion. No diffusion. What is the meaning of the no diffusion? That is, a molecule adsorbed, held up on the surface of that. It cannot move around the surface of the adsorbent. It cannot move other place and other place and other place. It cannot move. It cannot interact with the neighboring molecules in any way. And other thing is it cannot move. Once it is adsorbed, it has to permanently held up on at the site only. And next, it is a dynamic process. Adsorption is a dynamic process. What is the meaning of the dynamic process? See, here in the adsorption, there are two activities. At the beginning, the entire surface is available, or all the sites are available for the adsorption. At the beginning, adsorption only takes place. It is equivalent to the condensation of the gas. Adsorption takes place. With the time, adsorption decreases because the rate of adsorption is directly proportional to that is the number of sites available. So at the beginning, more and more sites are available. At the beginning, the rate of adsorption is more. With the time, rate of adsorption decreases. The adsorption phenomena is equivalent to that is condensation phenomena, condensation of a gas. The molecules that are adsorbed on the surface of the adsorbent, they may desorb, they may come out. That is, the weaker attractions are associated, they come out. That process is called as evaporation or desorption. So, adsorption takes place. At the beginning, desorption is less. With the time, the desorption increases and adsorption and desorption becomes that is equal. That state is called as the equilibrium state is established. So, it is not a one-way process according to Langmuir. It is a two-way process. That is, gas molecules are adsorbed on the surface of the adsorbent is one process, and desorption is the second process. And two process takes place. And when the two process takes place to the equal extent, then we say that the system is the gas and the adsorbent. The system and the gas in contact with it are in the equilibrium. It is a dynamic process. It is not a one-way process. It is a two-way process. Adsorption and desorption both takes place. At any time, rate of adsorption is directly proportional to the number of available sites, vacant sites. Rate of adsorption is directly proportional to the number of vacant sites, unoccupied sites, and now rate of desorption, the number of molecules coming out of the surface of that is the adsorbent, depends on the number of occupied sites, number of sites that are occupied. And here, and rate of adsorption at any time, given time, depends on the two factors. One is that is partial pressure of the gas which is contact with the surface of the adsorbent, and second one is the number of sites available. Number of sites available. This is the case. Sites also available. That's a number of sites are unoccupied sites. Occupied sites. Unoccupied sites. Number of unoccupied sites. These two factors. Rate of adsorption and rate of desorption depends on the only, that is, number of sites occupied. Number of sites occupied. See, he proposed a new parameter. Langmuir proposed a new parameter known as the theta. What is theta? It is nothing. See, on the given adsorbent, there are certain number of active sites or adsorption sites or sites. Adsorption takes place only on those sites. As the number of sites increases, more and more gas is adsorbed. See, theta is nothing but the fraction of the surface or fraction of the sites that are occupied. This will be always less than 1. If fraction of sites that are occupied is known as the theta, this is equal to number of nothing but the number of sites occupied divided by total number of sites on adsorbent. Number of sites occupied on the surface of the adsorbent by total number of sites present, originally present, which is known as, normally we call it as the theta is equal to number of sites occupied divided by, this is denoted here with n. N is the total number of sites available present on the active sites present on the given adsorbent. This is the other case, right? And now the other case is the theta is introduced, fraction. Therefore, number of sites occupied is equal to even from that is n into theta. That is number of sites occupied. Theta is the fraction of the sites occupied. That is total number of, this is. So, nothing new. That is number of sites occupied is n into theta. And number of sites vacant is equal to 1 minus, not 1, n minus the n theta. That's a total number of sites n. How many are occupied? That is n theta are occupied. What is theta? The fraction of the sides occupied by the adsorbate gas. That is leftover sides is this. This is equal to, that is n into 1 minus theta is the number of sides, vacant sides, unoccupied sides available for the adsorption at a given time. This is the number of sites occupied at the given time. This is the number of active sites, adsorption sites available on the surface of the adsorbent at given time. And now this is the case. With this information, that is, and we can derive an expression. We can derive an expression. Here, let me write the rate of adsorption. Rate of adsorption is proportional to the, that is, which one? Number of sites available. Rate of adsorption at the given time is proportional to the number of active sites available on the surface of the adsorbent. And rate of adsorption also proportional to the partial pressure of the gas. Right? Therefore, rate of adsorption is proportional to number of available sites into partial pressure of the gas at equilibrium. These two factors to be taken into consideration. Now it is, what happens? Rate of adsorption in short form we can write is proportional to the number of available sites. Just now we derived number of available sites is n into 1 minus theta, right, into that is partial pressure of the gas. Let me write the just P of the gas. There is only one component. There is no this thing. P into this. This is equal to rate of adsorption is equal to Ka, adsorption constant, proportional constant, that is n into 1 minus theta. See, indirectly area available for the, this is the fraction of the area covered, this is the total area, this is the, like that. So we are taking the other way, P over rate of desorption. Rate of desorption is proportional to the, rate of desorption is proportional to the, that is leftover area, that is the number of sites occupied. Number of sites occupied is equal to, this is equal to, is proportional to the n into theta. N theta, just now we derived it, relation, n theta. Therefore, rate of adsorption, desorption is equal to the Kb, desorption constant for the desorption process, into Nq. This is, two are independent. This is 1, this is 2. Now we come to the, at equilibrium what happens? At equilibrium, what is the phenomena? That is, at equilibrium, rate of, at equilibrium, rate of adsorption is equal to rate of desorption. Let me write the short form. Now this is equal to Ka into n into 1 minus theta into P is equal to, this is Kb into n, this is theta, sorry, n minus theta. Now it is n cancel, right? Bring the constant same side, Ka by Kb, opposing process, it will come to the near to the equilibrium constant into P is equal to theta by 1 minus theta. This is the relation derived. Same at equilibrium, rate of adsorption is equal to rate of desorption, and kinetic equation is derived for the adsorption process and the desorption process, and that is equated at the equilibrium, and this expression is derived. Now what to do? It's very simple, and this is the Ka into Kb is equal to rate constant of the adsorption divided by rate constant of the desorption is equal to, say, the K or K1 left to you, whatever you want, you can put the another constant instead of using the both the constant K. P is equal to theta by 1 minus theta, right? Now and this is inverse the, and 1 minus theta by theta is equal to Kp is equal to that's all. Theta is equal to, this is 1 by Kp. This is 1 by theta minus 1 is equal to 1 by Kp, 1 by Kp. This is 1 by theta is equal to 1 by Kp plus 1. So if you come to this, that is the 1 by theta is equal to, this is 1 plus Kp by, that is Kp by Kp. Simplification. Reciprocal of it, theta is equal to Kp by 1 plus Kp over, that's all, third equation. Simple. Simplification part. What is theta? Fraction of the sides occupied. There are n number of sides, fraction of sides occupied. This is a fraction of the surface occupied by the gas indirectly. It's not taking the word surface area into consideration, but I am saying the word, this is nothing but the fraction of the surface occupied. So this is the K is the equilibrium constant of the adsorption. P is the partial pressure of the gas at equilibrium, which is in contact with the surface of the adsorbent. Same thing. This is the same one. Equilibrium constant, both are same. This is actually called as the, that is Langmuir adsorption isotherm. This is the Langmuir adsorption isotherm. It's a mathematical expression derived based on this. But there is the isotherm is defined in terms of the x by m, which is known as the extent of adsorption, the amount of the gas adsorbed on the unit mass of the adsorbent, or 1 gram of the adsorbent, x by m. Here it is given in terms of the theta. So the interpretation becomes a little difficult. See, but one thing, this is, theta is not equal to x by m. X by m is the amount of the gas adsorbed on the unit mass of the adsorbent. On 1 gram of the adsorbent, the amount of the gas adsorbed is called as the, that is mass of the gas adsorbed is called as the, that is this. This is the fraction of the surface area covered by the adsorbent molecules. So both are not same. But one thing, it is proportional. That is, x by m is, I am introducing from there I am taking the x by m is proportional to theta. See, try to understand. Nothing wrong. More area is covered, more amount of the gas is. 25% is covered. Some amount of x grams is. 50% is covered. That is 2x grams. 75% is covered. That is 3x grams. 70% is covered. That is 100. So same way here. That is 4x. So here it is proportional. Now I am trying to give the relation between the x by m of the Freundlich and theta of the Langmuir isotherm. This is now it is x by m is equal to, that is this is proportional, not equal. This is, I say the word, this is k2, another constant. That you can take it as the word k1 or that's left to you. I told you that is nothing but the equilibrium constant, rate constant of the forward, but that's the forward, that's the adsorption process, rate constant of the desorption process, k2, that is into theta, right? k2 into theta. Now the x by m is equal to k2. Now in place of the theta you substitute the word this value. This is theta, that is k2 into kp, or you can put the k1, that is divided by 1 plus kp. Just nothing but the introducing the, in place of the, this is k2 in this expression, this is fourth one, in this expression theta value is substituted, that's all. Now we have the relation between the pressure and your extent of the adsorption. Here you have the relation between the pressure of the gas and the fraction of the surface covered, not in terms of the x by m. So in that process we got a constant. So now from the Langmuir isotherm x by m is Freundlich isotherm x by m is taken, I am relating this one. So I think you understand why x by m is related to the theta. What is the relation? That is, more surface area is covered, more sides are covered, more gas is absorbed. The mass of the gas absorbed on the unit surface area increases. Therefore, this and this are proportional. This is the proportional constant. That is that depends on the nature of the adsorbent and adsorbate gas. Now this is the case. Now this can be, I can write it as this is equal to, that is k1, let me write here, k1, k into k2 is another constant. Numerator part, there are two constants. If I take the k1, if this is taken as the k1, this is, and this can be another constant, it can be represented as a. In many books it is taken as the a. I also take the what a. It is a constant. If you want to keep the constant as it is, and you can keep it a. Whereas k is the equilibrium constant. This is the equilibrium constant, that is Ka by Kb. Remember, that is equal to B antenna. This is nothing but A is nothing but the equilibrium constant Ka by Kb into K2. So you can take it as the K1 also. You can take the K1 also. This is the K1. So this is. So because of this, then normally you can see the x by m is equal to, that is, this is constant is called as the A P by 1 plus B P. The original K is taken as the B. B is equal to equilibrium constant. Remember, A is the equilibrium constant into constant involved in this expression. This is theta expression. That is, you can theta expression K2. Now, two constants are involved. These are called as the Langmuir constants. I explained the meaning. Ka is the equilibrium constant into constant of the another constant, whereas this is the equilibrium constant. This is K1 into K2. A is equal to K1 into K2, whereas B is equal to K1. B is equal to K1. K1 is the equilibrium constant. So remember, this is the other case, right? And now, what you have to do is, this is the equation, that's all. This is the equation. And now, final expression, this is fourth one. So, graphical representation, now what you do, that is x by m, small this thing, modification for the graphical representation. There is one expression, let me write again. Theta is equal to, that is Kp by 1 plus Kp is one expression, and x by m is equal to Ap by, that is 1 plus Bp. This is one, this is another expression. This is in terms of the theta, it is in terms of the extent of adsorption. This is. And now, small modification. X by m is equal to x by m xm by m p is equal to a by 1 plus bp. This is 1 plus bp. This is inversing, that is p by x by m is equal to mathematical relation bp by a. P by x by m is equal to, that is 1 by a plus bp by a. You know what is bp, what is all these things, and b and a, that is b by a. So you can write the what as this as a constant. It is looking like y is equal to c plus mx. B by a is another constant. That is and now the graphically you get a linear curve, that is graph with an intersect of, that is draw the p by x by m by p. So it starts from the 1 by a. This is the intercept is the 1 by a. This is the slope of the curve is the b by a. So b by a is nothing but the, that is 1 by k2. Agreed? This is the equilibrium constant. This is the equilibrium constant. B by a is equilibrium constant. B is the equilibrium constant, and that is the k equal 1 divided by, this is k2 into k1, that is equal to 1 by k2. So that is not required. B by a is the slope of the curve. So that is p. This is the relation, graphical relation for the Langmuir isotherm. And now the other thing is that, see, the other way we can define. And let me take the, this is the graphical relation. I have shown the what derivation, and the equation is derived, and from the equation p x by m. See, here we can say that, and that is the one relation is, in place of the theta we derive other thing. If you take the, this is theta. Theta is equal to, we say that v by vm, another parameter. What is this v and vm? You understand it, the what are v and vm is defined. See, during the adsorption, some amount of the gas is adsorbed on the surface of the adsorbent. This is the, now I am taking the volume of the, this one, volume of the This is volume of the gas adsorbed at the given time. This is the volume of the gas adsorbed at given time. This is the volume of the gas adsorbed maximum at saturation pressure. The entire surface is covered with the gas. No further, no more adsorption. At the saturation pressure, the pressure at which the adsorption is maximum is the saturation pressure. This is taken into consideration. So, the volume adsorbed, 10 ml is absorbed, the maximum absorption is 100, 10 by 100, that is point 1 is that is fraction of the surface covered. So, this is the V is the volume of the gas adsorbed at given pressure. Vm is the volume of the gas adsorbed at saturation pressure. What is the meaning of the saturation pressure? As the pressure increases, extent of adsorption increases. At a particular pressure, the adsorption is maximum. On further increasing the pressure of the gas, the adsorption or amount of the gas adsorbed is X by M is not increasing. The pressure at which the adsorption is maximum, X by M is maximum, is called as the saturation pressure, PS. In the Freundlich, that's Freundlich adsorption curve, this is the adsorption curve, this is the maximum, this is the PS. On further increasing, X by M is not increasing. This is the maximum volume of the gas that is adsorbed at the saturation pressure. Beyond the saturation pressure, no use at all, no further adsorption or more and more absorption. This is nothing but that is 10 ml is absorbed on 100 ml. This is the 0.1 is the fraction of the surface covered, and 20 ml by 100 ml, that is the 0.2, that depends on this is giving nothing but this is nothing but V by, this is equal to not proportional, equal to the fraction of this one. Therefore, now we can take it as let me rub off this to get the relation. If I put here, now before I have taken the X by M relation, X by M is equal to K 2 into Kp by 1 plus Kp. So alpha is equal to, that is taken, that is X by M is equal to that relation is. Now we are replacing the theta with this V by Vm. V by Vm is the ratio is nothing but remember, V by Vm ratio is nothing but the same, that is theta is equal to Kp by 1 plus Kp. This is the relation. Now, this is, you get the relation. Now, V by P is equal to K into Vm by 1 plus Kp. Inverse the P by V is equal to 1 plus Kp by K into Vm. This is equal to P by V is equal to, or P by V is equal to, that is 1 by K into Vm plus Kp by K into Vm. That's all. simplification part, and this is K is the constant, equilibrium constant, this and this cancel. P by V is equal to, that is, this is the pressure, equilibrium pressure of the gas, this is the volume of the gas absorbed at that pressure, this is 1 by K into Vm, both are constants for the given gas, this is, and P divided by Vm, the final expression. Now, this is, and Y is equal to C plus Mx. Now, variables are P by V and P. This is slope of the curve is, that is C is equal to intercept is that is the graphical representation. This is the P by V, this is pressure, this is the intercept star set, that is 1 by K Vm, both are constants, equilibrium constant, and this is the volume of the gas absorbed on the given adsorbent at saturation pressure. The slope is, this is equal to 1 by Vm. This is the relation. Different ways. Originally, the equation is theta is equal to Kp by, that is 1 plus Kp is the your Langmuir isotherm. So this is the different ways, and with these equations he explained the shapes of the curves. So these, when the conditions are applied, that is the mathematical expression becomes equal to the mathematical expression derived from proposed by the Freundlich. This is the case. Check up and rewind and see. Now, so first case, so low pressure conditions. You can take anything. X by M is equal to AP by 1 plus Kp or theta. This is the taken the more practical form of this BP, and this is the related to the X by M. It's a convenient. Now, low pressure. Under low pressure conditions, so BP is less, the pressure is very less. BP is less than 1. Therefore, 1 plus BP is equal to 1. Therefore, X by M is equal to constant into pressure. First power of this thing. That is coming to the first order relation. In X by M is equal to, that is constant into P to the power of 1 by N is equal to, where N is equal to 1. Now it is satisfied. If you impose the conditions, low pressure conditions, the theoretically derived, that is practically proposed. This is theoretically derived equation. When the condition is applied, it is reduced to the your Freundlich adsorption isotherm under low pressure conditions. If you come to the, that is high pressure, second case, very high pressure, second high pressure conditions. And what happens? So that is same equation, X by M is equal to, that is AP by 1 plus BP. High pressure conditions are, BP is greater than that of, BP product is many times greater than 1. Therefore, 1 plus BP can be taken as, that is BP. Right? So that is X by M becomes equal to the AP by BP. This is PP cancel, that is equal to A by B, pressures are same. That is, this is constant, this is constant. right? Actually, A is that is equilibrium constant into K2. This is the equilibrium constant. Both the mottam enta vastundadi, that is equal to K2 aitundadi, which depends on the nature of the adsorbent and adsorbent. This is, I told you, this is equal to K2 into K. This is K, cancel. This is only K2. For your understanding, I am telling you. This is AB. Constant. X by M is equal to constant. So in this expression, that is X by M is equal to K into P to the power of 1 by N, but therefore the P should be power raised to the P is 0. It should be 0. 1 by N is 0 means that is N must be infinity. That is here under pressure conditions N is equal to infinity, that is X by M is equal to constant. From this we derived this relation, X by M is constant, independent of the pressure. So this is the theoretically proposed, that is the Langmuir equation, adsorption isotherm, is explaining the why it is that is proportional under the low pressure conditions, why it is proportional to the independent of the pressure under high pressure conditions. That is, under high pressure conditions theta becomes 1. So under high pressure conditions this is Kp by Kp, become the constant. High pressure conditions it becomes the constant, therefore it is independent of the totally saturated surface, is entire surface is saturated. This is Kp, that is Kp by Kp, right? Theta is equal to 1. The entire surface is covered with this one. No vacant place. No vacant the active sites. Therefore, from this equation we can tell that is 1 plus Kp is equal to high pressure conditions Kp. Therefore, it becomes 1. Theta is 1. Saturated. Surface is saturated. Therefore, it is not independent. That is in that expression. That is that saturated N is equal to infinity. And in between, third case, moderate pressure conditions. In the moderate pressure, it is a continuity between the two. It is a continuity. This is therefore up to this point, Pk X by M is equal to and Kp, and here X by M is equal to, that is constant, P to the power of 0 raised to the power of 0, P raised to the power of 0. So in between these 2 points, that is, it must be the X by M must be the P must be the power of the P must be that is and 1 by M should be between the 1 and 0. 0 to 1. It should vary the word 0 to 1 between those 2 points. Therefore, that is this is correct. X by M is equal to, that is K into P to the power of 1 by N, which is proposed by this thing. So Langmuir explained that is the behavior of the gas towards the adsorption. Behavior of a gas on the adsorption of a solid surface explained based on a theory. He proposed the mechanism of the adsorption. So Langmuir adsorption theory is superior than this one. It has no, Freundlich has no support at all. That is theoretical support. It is giving the theoretical background and we can get the one idea of what happened during this process. But the one thing, he has taken the water, gas is an ideal gas. So no gas is ideal gas, they show the what real behavior. No lateral interactions, that is the adjacent molecule should not have, the adsorbed molecule should not have that thing. So that is not, such gases are not existing at all. So, according to this theory, unimolecular, only one molecular thick layer is formed. It is true in case of the chemical adsorption, but it is not true in case of the physical adsorption. Physical adsorption is a multi-layer phenomena. Chemsorption is unimolecular phenomena. This theory is fully applicable to the chemical adsorption, Langmuir theory, but and it is also applicable to the physisorption under low pressure conditions where unimolecular layer is formed on the surface of this thing. It will not obey the under high pressure conditions. It is not applicable to the physical adsorption, multi-layer phenomena is. And this theory is not explaining all types of adsorption curves. There are 5 different types of adsorption curves. It's the simplest one, type 1. So, if what happens as you further increase the pressure, little it increases. Why increases? So, under high pressure conditions, that is second layer is formed, third layer is formed. Multi-layer formation takes place on the surface of that is adsorbent. So, gradually increasing, for some time remains same. If you further increase it again, the slope is increased, that is increase, x by m increases due to multi-layer phenomena. This is something about that is Langmuir adsorption isotherm. So this is also not satisfying all the adsorption isotherms. That is the next one is another theory, multi-molecular layer theory is proposed, which is known as the BET theory. That is and this is highly mathematical. It is not in our syllabus. That is I am not taking that fact into the consideration. Only the Langmuir theory. See, these are the salient features of the Langmuir adsorption isotherm or Langmuir adsorption theory. Based on that, I proposed the equation is proposed, and he explained that is Freundlich adsorption isotherm. That curve is explained. Thank you.